Hey folks, welcome to NACEDU. This is our very first live session of NACEDU, and I'm damn excited to meet you all here. And yes, today's our first session is about how to create PowerPoint presentation for paper presentation event, and it is going to conducted by our mentor Varshni. Kindly look at our channel and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click on the bell icon for live sessions. And we have provided our websites and Instagram, LinkedIn IDs. Kindly follow that to get updates. Let's see about our mentor. Our mentor Varshni is mentoring for about 2+ years and she presented in various national level presentation competitions. She is appreciated for best presentation of contents. Then expertise in sensor domains for 3+ years, and also she is an event manager and organizer for 3+ years. Okay, now I'm going to hand over this session to our mentor Varshni.
A wonderful evening to one and all present here. Thank you for your participation, and we have quite a good amount of viewers. Okay, let's get into the session now. So today, the first live session is how to create PowerPoint for paper presentation, which is mainly for all the first year students and the college people, and for all the students to attend. So we are now going to see the basic requirements of PowerPoint presentation. Okay, so what are the basic requirements before you start to create your PowerPoint slides for the paper presentation? So it is plain PowerPoint slide with no effects. So mostly people would think that effects will attract the judges, but the main thing would be plain PowerPoint slide, because the main focus of the judges is in your content and not on the effects which you use. Okay, so the Times New Roman for good appearance. So the formal Times New Roman is always used as the font for the PowerPoint presentation. So maximum 3 to 5 points in a single slide is enough. So you should practice to correlate the points which you are going to say, which you are going to present in 3 to 5 points, or maximum 5 to 7 points. Okay, so if you cannot present the powerpoints and the content in the points, we can use pictures for that. So pictures that speak are really a good attention. So when you create a picture for the content you are going to say, it will give a good appearance, it will give a good attention to the judges. So you have to use a picture that speaks. A maximum of 15 slides for 5 to 7 minutes presentation. So mostly the times which you get for any type of or any kind of paper presentation is just 5 to 7 minutes. So within that 5 to 7 minutes, you have to deliver the content, you have to deliver the amount of energy which you have within yourself. So maximum of 15 slides is far more than enough, and to deliver the content which you think. And last but not the least, the basic requirement is the title size and the content size. Mostly the content size would be 32 and the title size would be 44 for better visibility. So let's begin. So when you start to create a PowerPoint presentation, these are the main topics which you have to create for individual slides. So the first would be a title slide, and the second is problem statement slide, and the third is solution for this abstract. So abstract is if needed. So I will teach you the content to put everything. Okay, so after the in the upcoming slides, so just read the topics for slides. So block diagram or methodology, components required, implementation or working, applications, and a thank you slide for sure. Okay, so let's take an example and see how to put all the content in these topics. Okay, So I have chosen a wonderful example which I did in my second year. So pick and place robot is one of the projects which I did in my second year. So I just want to give you this live example so that you would get a better idea of how to present. So let's get into it. So the first thing is title slide. So for example, the example used here is for pick and place robot. So let us take that. So the title slide would consist of the pick and place robot and the name of the participants. If you are a team of four, for example, you can put the four person's name in below the title of the project. That is, you will be putting pick and place robot, and you will just write the member's name. Right. The next thing would be the problem statement. Okay, let us frame a problem statement with this example. So, what is the problem statement? What could be the problem statement here is the manual arrangements of components would be very hard. Okay, so for a manufacturing industry, there would be a lot of manufacturing components. So if there are 2000 or 2 lakh amount of resistors which is manufacturing per day or per week, it is really hard for manual assembly. So when you have to solve the problem, a pick and place robot is used. So first, let us segregate the problem statement and the solution. The problem statement would be the existing problem, right? So the existing problem would be the manufacturing industry assembly, and what is expected to solve. How serious is the problem? How much work does it gives when it is solved? So you can say that how serious is the problem is manual power easily gets exhausted when it keep on working, and how much work does it give when it is solved will give you the amount of time consumption, and when we use machines, it takes less amount of time when compared to manual assembly, right? So then the solution, the unique solution provided for the problem. So here the solution for the manual assembly is the pick and place robot. So that is the unique solution which you provide for the problem. How does the solution meet the expectations? It is nothing but you would say that this pick and place robot will replace, not much replace, it's just for mainly the manual assembly, right? So we can easily make use of it. We can make use of many number of components, arrangement, etc. So you will add just your creativity and your imagination, and you will put your solution. And the next thing is abstract. Abstract is nothing but the a combination of problem statement and the solution. It is not necessary mostly, but if whether the competitions or the judges wishes you to present the abstract, you have to collaborate the problem statement and the solution in a single paragraph or in 5 to 6 points and present it in the same slide. You have to, it is just a brief paragraph of a problem statement and a solution. So most of the time it's not needed because you have already segregated the problem statement as well as solution in two different slides. So the next thing would be the block diagram or the methodology. Block diagram or the methodology is mostly the connection diagram, flow chart of working and method of working. Let us consider a prototype of pick and place robot as an example. Pick and place robot can be built using the Arduino sensors. So sensors, for example, if you are arranging color resistors or color balls, let us take it very simple. If you are arranging balls, okay, so if there are three color balls like red, yellow and blue, and if you arrange these three balls, the color sensor is needed. So you would use a color sensor, right? You would use a gripper. So for these are the things which is used for pick and place robot. So the block diagram or the methodology should contain the working. So sensor and the gripper is connected to the actuator, right? So and which is connected to the controller. For example, if you take or to use Arduino, you can use that as a controller, and you have to connect these four things, and you have to produce a block diagram or a flow chart or a methodology of working. So that is called as block diagram or methodology, right? So it can also contain connection diagram, like you can connect you show the connection diagrams, the connection pins of the controller with the sensors, actuators, and so on. The next thing would be the components required. Components required is mostly a tabular column. So the components required is like, if you use, for example, we here take the example as Arduino sensors, actuators, right? So if you take a color sensor, you have to mention it and you have to write the specification for it. What is the specification? Is nothing but the color sensor, the pixel, how much pixel does it capture. That is called as the specification for a color sensor. And for an Arduino, it would be like Atmega and all those stuff. And for actuators, if it is a gripper, at how much voltage does it work. And the next most common example for an actuator is a DC motor. Let us take it as an example. So is it 5 volt or 12 volt DC motor? So such type of things, it's called as specifications. So the tabulation column mostly contains of the name of the component which is used and the specification and the quantity which is taken for your project or your problem statement. And mostly it also can have the software used if in case of software problem statement. So next go for the implementation or working. So you have to do it in a separate slide. So the block diagram and the implementation is quite a different. It is a block diagram or the methodology slide is like a pictographic representation for easiest capture. So the implementation or the working is how does the solution work? It just says how do you work the prototype or the model, okay, of the pick and place robot with using all these components. You have to just write like the controller controls the sensors and the sensor captures the image and hence the gripper will take the ball and put it into the respective places. So that is called as the implementation or working part. So it must have a detailed or brief explanation with just four maximum 4 points. Like it should be straight to the point, okay, and not it should not be so lengthy. So working explanation is needed in the implementation slide and the images of output. If you have already completed your project, you can put the output images as well. There is no mistake in that. And then the applications. So the applications of the solution in other sectors. So the application is mainly in this slide is the application of your project in the use cases, in any other use cases. For example, here we have used this robot for the arrangements, right, in the industries. Whereas you should have a scope of where and all it can be applied further. So let us take, for example, it may also used in bomb detection, right? So in unmanned places and maneuvers and all. So these are the application sectors of our project in some other use cases. So that is called as the applications and the scopes, okay? Scope for the solution. And not the least, it is the thank you slide. So every slide has to be concluded with the thank you slide because the viewers or the judges would be expecting from you something that something is coming in the next slides. So when you just say thank you, then it would finish off their expectations and you would be satisfied that you have completed everything, right? So of course, so I think that you have understood the all those requirements. So I think I have covered all the topics for the slide and have explained it with an example briefly. So kindly register for the event in the link which is given in the description. The Google link is given. You can participate in the event, which is the deadline would be the Thursday, and the deadline for the registration link is today night by 10 o'clock. So kindly register for the event and you will get mail for the event and you have to submit and the winners will get certificates. So kindly participate in the events to know you, to know about you. You can also participate in upcoming events of our sessions by applying the knowledge what you have gained from the session. So now it's open for question time. So I invite the questions. Um, any questions, kindly put it in the live chat. in the comment section, please. Do you have any doubts?
Varshni, we got a
Yeah.
question actually. Does highlighting is necessary in PPT?
Um, well, the highlighting part is not mostly necessary, but if because you are just gonna present the main contents in the PPT, right? So when highlighted, it can be the solution part. Mostly highlighting the solution part is very important. So we can highlight with the main keywords which you are going to deliver it to the judges. So if you highlight the most important thing, which like the important solution, the unique solution which you propose, you can highlight that. So we can highlight, but the most important thing should be highlighted.
Okay, then one more question is there. What colors can be used in PPT?
Is that for highlighting or?
They just asked in general.
Okay, so normally the effects, I have said no need of effects. You can use color PPT as well, but I would normally recommend the regular PPT because your focus should be on the content part. And if you wish to add colors in your PPT, you can go for light colors like sky blue and rose, and the light colors which you might think like peach color, and all those light color PPT you can use, but please don't use dark colors because at sometimes the letters may get blurred due to the color usage. So light colors with dark letters, okay, are the most preferable one, and the normal we use is white color with black, right? So let us go for that. If you wish to put colors for your PPT, then it would be a light background with dark colors.
Okay. That's all the questions we have for this session.
Okay.
Okay, I hope everyone had a wonderful session and, of course, a useful one. And thanks a lot, Varshni.
Thank you, Deepti, for conducting and organizing.